Why is it a must that we go through the long hours of practice teaching before we take a huge step forward and be the educator our world needs? Good day, everyone. From the future educators here to the respected faculty members from our teacher education department, I hope you're all having a great day because I'm currently having one of my best. I am DavelaMae Santa Ana, who, for ones like you, have also prepared for this life and career changing step. Before anything else, I would like to thank the people behind this opportunity. It is my pleasure to speak in behalf of all the former practice teachers and graduating English students from our university. Today, I will be sharing with you the story of my overall experience, coupled with the crucial lessons I've learned in the entirety of my journey as a practice teacher. When our last semester as fourth-year college students began, no words could ever give justice to the excitement I had in my heart. That enthusiastic bliss led me to assess myself before the deployment started. As for the preparation, I first assessed what kind of teacher I am, a move which helped me have great clarity on target methods, strategies, and approaches that are, of course, aligned with my teaching philosophy. By doing so, I was able to define not only who I am as a teacher, but also the things that I need to do to help my students learn from me. Honestly, I think this is a good preparation practice so we'll know by the end of the program if we really accomplished our goals overall. But then again, it wasn't an easy journey, considering the fact that I was deployed during the pandemic. I was tasked to teach both online and modular students, and my cooperating teacher let me do things on my own. So I can really say that I know it firsthand how hard and burdensome the responsibilities of a public teacher are, especially with the new normal mode of learning. There were times when I thought how it was all possible that teachers accomplish their tasks knowing that they still have other things to think of. But then I realized that teaching is not simply teaching. It requires dedication, hard work, and passion to educate the minds of the young learners. Taking all those experiences down as a list, I noted some important notes slash lessons that might help you on your upcoming internship. First, master the process of crafting different formats of a lesson plan. It is true that as early as you enter your cooperating school, your cooperating teacher will ask if you are familiar with various lesson plan formats. And trust me, it would really make things a bit easier if you are. Second, always be professional. Lucky are those people who will be assigned to work with friendly and loving operating teachers. Because in my case, it was no doubt far from my expectations. My relationship with mine wasn't that ideal compared to other student teachers. At some point, I expected us to have a bond that is greater than us just being workmates, something that will last for more than just the required time. But again, reality wasn't like that. I think people are just naturally different from one another, and what matters most is she fulfilled her role as my cooperating teacher. So don't get me wrong. She observed my performance in class all the time, and by all the time, I literally mean every day. She checked my lesson plans, listed down things to change and improve, and shared her knowledge and expertise in teaching English. Things I will be forever grateful for. Now, here's the third tip. Be a great observant. Always observe the routine and activities of your operating teacher because that is exactly what you need to learn from them. Also, if needed, feel free to seek guidance from them. Let's not forget that our cooperating teacher's role is to serve as our guide as we explore the reality of our chosen career. In case you really need to ask something, please do not hesitate to raise questions. Just make sure you don't ask them literally everything because they also want to see how you strategize and do things on your own. In relation to this, do not be afraid to ask your advisor and or practice teaching coordinator for help and advices as well. So our teachers from Teacher Education Department will definitely help you with your concerns. So based on my own experience, our weekly consultation helped me a lot to keep on moving forward amidst all the struggles that I was facing during those times. So they motivated and encouraged us, which gave fuel to our almost drained engine. Six, make good use of the time. So the moment you start your internship, always remember how precious time is. So if you're already done with stuff at school, try to work on your journal. So believe me, when I say that writing your journal every day is a good technique to finish your portfolio easily. So next, maximize your talents and skills for your pre-service teaching. So your internship is your platform to show off what and where you're good at. So make good use of all your talents and capabilities in everything that you do. So in addition to this, you should also you should always remember that students are diverse. So this is one of my earliest realizations in our internship. Not all students are active. Some of them are passive learners. At first, one of my handled sections made me cry due to frustration. So they weren't answering my questions, even down to the simplest one. But I turned that frustration into motivation so I can be a better teacher for them. Instead of hating them for being passive learners, I took that experience as a challenge for me to change their views on learning English. As a result of my eagerness to help them learn and see things from a different perspective, they became very participative and confident enough to voice out their thoughts and opinions in class. I always challenged them to exert their best through my activities because I wanted them to realize what they are capable of doing and how they can utilize their strength on crafting an output. So may it be individual or by group. With my entire time spent with my students, I witnessed how they bloom from passive into active ones, from fearful to courageous, and uninterested to motivated. So to know that they have learned a lot from me makes me really happy. But to know how much I inspire them to not be afraid of falling and to always be the best version of themselves in everything that they do, I believe makes me an effective teacher. Moreover, just enjoy the process and have fun, of course, with your students. Lastly, always seek guidance from above because He knows what's good for you. Trust His plans for your life. You just need to cast all your cares upon Him. Practice teaching internship taught me a lot of things, not only in the field of teaching, but also in life as a whole. It opened my eyes to the real situation of the education sector after making a lot of adjustments because of the pandemic. After reaching the required time to spend in my cooperating school, I finished my journey with my mind and heart filled with abundance in both knowledge and experiences, which are really helpful for me as a future teacher. As a former student teacher, I originally thought from the very start that my purpose was to teach my students and practice working as a real teacher. However, my experiences slapped me with the reality that I was completely wrong. As much as I am helping my students learn the lessons, I'm also learning a lot from them. They prove to me how students are diverse in nature and how a teacher should respond to their differences. Through my students, I learned to always think outside the corners of the box in order to provide their various needs. I cannot help but to feel emotional looking back, remembering where I started and reminiscing how difficult the challenges were along the way. I experienced multiple breakdowns and even doubted myself. Nevertheless, No matter how hard it was, I always pushed myself to keep on moving forward, convincing myself that there is no other way but to continue and have faith in myself. As the saying goes, fall 7 times and stand up 8. No matter how bad the fall is, there is always a new beginning. During my internship, I always reminded myself to get up and do not let failures drive me towards becoming a failure myself. In the process, I learned that as I keep going, my journey is shaping me to become even better than whatever it is that I have dreamed of. Our destination matters, as no matter how much we deny it, where we are headed to also gives us a different sense of motivation to keep going. Nevertheless, we should remind ourselves that it is the journey between our starting point and our destination that shapes us into becoming the person that we have always dreamed of becoming. And sometimes life even plays with us to help us learn and realize the beauty of it through experiences filled with lessons in disguise. To end this speech, I want you to keep it in mind that it's absolutely fine to fall sometimes. Nothing is wrong with falling sometimes. It is like the relationship between a bow and an arrow. We need to be pulled backwards for a bit in order to be able to fly a long way to reach great heights. Just remind yourselves that it is okay to lose. Just make sure that it is not ourselves that we are losing as we go after our dreams. The end of practice teaching journey signifies that another chapter of my life is about to start. Everything that I have learned and experienced will serve as my foundation in becoming the educator that does not only teaches but also touches the heart of the learners. Indeed, nothing is impossible only if we truly believe in ourselves. We must hold on to that hope that is giving us the drive to push through because always remember, future teachers, it is the journey that counts that matters. Congratulations, everyone, and good luck on your journey, future educators. I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you so much. May God bless us all.